Hello, I'm Ji-young Yoon, the curator of the Korean Culture Center. ID Please, a new exhibition unravels cultural, social, and environmental changes that are created by cross-country migration and chaos of national identity. The 5 Korean artists in this exhibition are in various ages, including the first generation of immigrants and second generation born in the United States. This exhibition included various mediums such as video, sculpture, painting, photography, and installation, and the participating artists pushed the limits of their approaches and materials. We hope this exhibition provides an opportunity to experience how the Korean artists seek their identity and ego as a living abroad where diverse culture coexists through the visual language.
Hello, my name is Michelle Cho and I'm a South Korean American sculptor. This piece is titled 110 Days and it emulates putting light up against your skin. Fluorescent lights are tightly wrapped in a single 11-foot latex sheet. The piece is turned on at 4 a.m. and powered off at 5 p.m., paralleling the working times of South Korean rice farmers. When folded over, the latex sheet mimics the physicality of veins. The latex material is cured under high temperatures of heats. It takes 110 days of the piece being activated to reach maximum opacity, the same amount of time it takes for rice to be harvested in a season. These are a series of photographs I took in 2018 or so, thinking about representing an attempt to literally assimilate into a new environment. Not only am I an outsider entering the habitat of the goldfish, but my body is also reacting to the change. I'm forced to hold my breath and open my eyes for smaller periods of time and so on. Like many Korean American immigrants, this sculpture is actually quite resilient to outside forces. Outside forces meaning weather or heat. It's made out of plastic and weighed down by hundreds of coiled rubber bands. If seen at a closer distance, you can start to see hairs and dust particles that are tangled within the coilings. The coils of rubber bands start to mimic DNA strands. The contact lenses act as a veil to represent all things seen and all things lost. Lost memories of potential memories and the indescribable. There are no photographs other than the scans of literal contact lenses that have been used and dried by me throughout the years. It is the representation of all things I have witnessed as a South Korean American female and that of a daughter of an immigrant.
Hello, my name is YunKyoung Cho. I am an artist based in Maryland. The main concept idea of my work is about human life with modern reinterpretation of Korean art. In the show, ID Plays, my work represent identity, heritage, and memories. The Reminiscence is a series of work that personifies the traditional Korean accessory called norige. For each piece, I used the composition from traditional norige and mixed it with a modern design to show identities from different ages from children to adults. My works Pandemic 2020, Morning Routine, and There Are No Cradle of Vanity take the traditional Chekori composition and restructure it into a modern 3D ellipse sculpture, which is a work that embodies the daily trajectory of everyday life in textiles. Chekori refers to a unique genre of Korean painting that proliferated in the Joseon era, depicting books and other assorted items. I came up with Chekori because it perfectly shows the human desires of time, depicting some things or stuffs that people from that time cherished.
My name is Sammy Lee. I'm a first-generation immigrant artist based in Denver, Colorado. Street art cart was fabricated from a recent artist residency in Seoul, specifically Ulchiro, which is a manufacturing district within Seoul. With the local artisans, I designed, prototyped, fabricated the cart there, then transported to Denver, all fitting inside a medium-sized luggage. I have always wanted to create a space, a basic, modular and economic unit inspired by these street food carts from Asia. My street art cart will evolve continuously and naturally as I go to different locations with it. This space is an artist's studio, gallery, and art fair booth, all fitting inside a bag and ready to go. Also, it is a platform to interact with and discuss an artist's financial independence, agency, and sustainability. My installations are interactive and relational. I want the viewer's experience of my art to create a new communal stories and meanings.
My name is Josephine Lee. My work is predominantly informed by my lifetime of moving through and between the United States, Canada, and South Korea.
So in the work, I think of Canada, I know of Canada. I specifically wanted to bring forth ideologies of Canadian nationhood, and in particular as it relates to land, language, and multicultural bodies. So the performance reinforces the psychic and physical tensions and exhaustions that legibility brings, and it confronts the tenuous nature of cultural and national ideology. For Dorjigi Seesaw, I explore ideas that are similar in nature, whereby they connect to ideas of yearning, futility, and generational trauma. And one common folkloric origin of the seesaw, out of several, sees it as having been used by Korean women not permitted to go outdoors. And so it is cited that they used this apparatus as an acceptable form of recreation and a means to see over the confines of their walls. I use it as a way to frustrate its function and confront the position of the gendered and racialized subject.
안녕하세요. Haelim입니다. Hello, I am Haleem Joy Allen, and I am a painter in the colorist tradition and an installation artist. I have 3 pieces of work in this exhibition entitled ID Please. 2 of the 3 pieces are early works, including one that has been shown at the center before, but that was situated at a different location in the gallery many years ago. The other is a small painting reflective of my early series investigating memory, or lack thereof, of my childhood growing up in South Korea through black and white photos taken by my parents. I Am She, painted in 2002, is based on a photo when I was a toddler, walking with my mother on an unpaved country road. I have vague notions of where we were then and what we were doing, but what I recollect the most is a sense of wanting my mother to pick me up. The title celebrates my relationship with her. Assimilation is an installation work that relates to my mother as well. It is an early work in my installation oeuvre, and it centers around my mother's passport photo used when she, along with my immediate family, immigrated from South Korea to the US. Many of my installation pieces incorporate artifacts, whether in reference or through actual items used. Personal artifacts along with cultural ones, as found in one of my recent installation work, Notices, are all reflective of my interest in cultural inheritance, identity, and legacy. This piece combines Sumi ink paintings on repurposed barnwood, a Western association, with pieces on hanji attached to the surface. Some pieces are stamped with a Korean word, eunhae, or grace, while others are not. Usages of Sumi ink, hanji, and even the twine used to attach the wooden slats together and hung on a peg are referential to Korean materials and Asian painting. The title is layered with inferences to Korean notifications posted on a wooden board, but the title also prompts the viewer to notice further the implications of all that this piece conveys through the approach used, along with the usage of materials.